this video, we'll review unpacking and installing your Thermo TSX Core ultra-low temperature freezer. When your TSX Core freezer arrives, inspect the exterior packaging for any noticeable damage. If any damage is present, notify your shipping carrier within 5 days. If no damage is present, remove the exterior cardboard packaging and plastic wrapping from the freezer. Once the packaging is removed, it's time to move the freezer off its pallet. First, remove the 4 shipping brackets. Next, locate the 2 ramp boards on the top of the pallet and unscrew them. Then position their slotted ends onto the ramp brackets located on the side of the pallet. Be sure that the ramp support blocks are oriented toward the ground. Support the freezer to safely roll it off the pallet. It's time to position your freezer. According to the Installation and Operation Manual, the TSX Core requires 8 inches of ventilation around its sides and top, and 6 inches at the rear. It's also recommended to position the freezer away from any HVAC vents and windows. You're ready to turn your freezer on. The TSX Core freezer is a universal voltage unit, but it does require the correct plug to fit your desired outlet. After inserting the power cord at the rear of the freezer, be sure to install the retaining bracket. Then plug the power cord into your outlet. Turn your freezer on using the power switch located behind the front grill housing. Once the power is on, the freezer's user interface should show that the startup sequence has initiated. When ready, the freezer's temperature will display on the interface, and it will start cooling down. It may take 4 to 5 hours to cool down to temperature. And it's important not to load any racks or samples into the freezer before it reaches its intended set point. The next step is to review, and if needed, adjust your set points. The default set point on TSX Core freezers is -80 degrees Celsius. View the current set point by tapping the plus or minus buttons while the temperature is displayed. To modify the set point, tap the check mark. Then use the plus and minus buttons to make your adjustments. Tap the check mark again to save. The last step is checking your warm and cold warning set points. By default, these are set at a minimum of 5 degrees from the control set point. Tap the settings button to display the warm and cold warning set points. You can change them in the same way that you adjusted the set point. Once the freezer has achieved its operating set point, it's recommended that you let it run for a minimum of 12 hours before loading. When you do start loading, load 1 shelf at a time, starting with the top. Let the unit recover its temperature after each load. That's it! You're ready to securely maintain your samples with the Thermo TSX Core ultra-low temperature freezer. Thank you for watching. Visit thermofisher.com/TSX Core to learn more.